I will be forever grateful that I grew up in the era of MMOs. I remember coming home after school and sitting at the main family computer in the living room just to play the likes of Moshi Monsters, Club Penguin, Habbo, Barbie World, even more niche ones like Pandanda. Does anyone know what that was? I would actually just sit and Google like online multiplayer games, cute, funny, animal, whatever, and sign up to everything that I possibly could. But the one that I spent the most amount of time on was Toontown Online. My parents never liked me playing MMOs because, you know, stranger danger, and they were probably right for that. I suppose that Toontown seemed a bit different, you know, it had your Disney characters in, and maybe it seemed a bit more kid-friendly. Anyways, I spent hours playing Toontown, staying up as late as I possibly could, staying up on weekends, grinding this game to the bones. I read something the other day that unlocked like a core memory, and it was about how when the buildings would get taken over by the cogs in Toontown Central, it was mayhem. Like everyone that was on Toontown would flee to that building because they were the only ones that you could play for free. Anything outside of the Toontown Central area, you had to have a paid membership for. So if you got in one of those buildings, you were like lucky, you were a chosen one. I remember queuing for so long to try and get in them. But that was all until the game closed in 2013. By that point, I was a teenager and I hadn't really played Toontown in a few years. But I do remember when it happened and remember feeling quite sad about it because that was, you know, a huge part of my childhood. It was just gone. Lo and behold, a week later, Toontown Rewritten was created and it still goes strong to this day with some amazing, you know, creators and developers keeping this game going for free with continuous updates and improvements on the existing game whilst keeping in touch all of those original elements that I remember and hold so dear to my heart. Now, I have played Toontown Rewritten a couple of times in the past 10 years, I guess, since it's been around. But today we're gonna delve straight in and we're gonna start afresh. So join me as we head back into the Tooniverse, rediscover one of our favourite childhood online games. And by the way, my name's Emma, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I talk about things that are nostalgic to me and play games and basically try and relive my childhood. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please consider liking, subscribing, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. What were your like childhood games that, you know, whether it's left you nostalgic or traumatized? Let me know. I'm excited to hear. Okay, let's get into it. So we begin with creating a character. I chose this cute deer and gave her denim on denim to wear because she's trendy, and then tried to name her after myself, but it has to be approved, so for the time being we're known as Beige Deer. It's a bit bland. Then we were thrown straight into the action in the Toontorial as we meet Tutorial Tom, who gives us our first toon task. They really love to incorporate toon, which is to defeat the cog that is outside of his shop. Cogs are the mortal enemies of this game, and he explains how their corporate lifestyles destroy everything that's fun and happy in life. He tells us that gags are used to defeat them as they, and I quote, can't take a joke. Man, this feels more real by the second. So we head outside for our first battle and we win! Victory is ours! As our reward, we get handed a sticker book, which is basically the options menu for Toontown. We're guided quickly how to use the map and see our toon tasks, you know, the basics. Our next task is to ride the trolley and earn some jelly beans, so let's head straight there. In our path is Flippy, who back in the day was the ultimate Toontown mascot. He was featured so heavily in all of the marketing for Toontown Online, and he basically teaches us how to chat. Anyways, we head towards the trolley and some random person gets angry at me and I don't know why, and we head off anyway to play some mini games. The first one that we are blessed with is the jungle vines. I hate this mini game. It is so difficult and I don't know why, but we did well enough to earn some dollar and buy some gags.
We report back to Toon HQ, which is where you go to get your quests, and are sent off on our next adventure, defeating more cogs. Basically, the more cogs you fight, the more XP you get, the more you level up, the more you unlock gags to use, and repeat. So it's a huge part of the game. After a while, I went wandering around instead to have a bit of a break and came across the pet store. And here they sell doodles. I can't wait until I can finally buy one. I'm sure in the original game you had to have like a membership to, I don't know whether it was to have more than one or for certain kinds or what, but there was definitely some restrictions between a standard player and one with a membership revolving around doodles. So I'm very excited to get one. One of our tasks was to make a friend. So I found someone else called Beige Deer and figured that, we're clearly part of an alliance. I added them and they accepted. We also visited our house. The jelly bean pot is so nostalgic to me. And I also have very vivid memories of trying to glitch in the walls so that you could walk around outside the house. Spending hours trying to do that. It was such a weird time. Whilst I was playing minigames for jelly beans, I actually made my first friend, I guess. They helped me with some cogs, and to be honest, it's quite nice because I feel like there's no more mean kids in this game anymore. It's all pretty much adults who just want to come online and vibe and be nostalgic and relive their childhood and just want to play together in harmony. And because we're all in the same boat, everyone just wants to help each other out. So it's really heartwarming, compared to back in the day. If you were a newbie, oh my god, you were bullied in that game. And any sort of MMO, I guess. They really didn't like new people, which is so strange. Anyway, our next task took us back to see Flippy in the Toon Hall, if you see what I mean by they like to include Toon and everything. But I was blown away by how incredible that this looked inside. I definitely don't think it looked this way in the OG, and so it's probably part of what the Toontown rewritten guys have done, and they've done a great job if you ask me. Did some more exploring and made my way through the map. Firstly coming to Minnie's Melody Land, then the brr, and then also Donald's Dock. I do wish that the characters were still here, but totally understand why they aren't. No one wants a legal issue with Disney. And then I also found Chippendale's Acorn Acres, which is home to a mini golf course. And this was really cool to experience because this was members only on Toontown Online, so I never actually got to experience it. And safe to say, I'm a natural at mini golf. When I logged back on a few days later, my username had actually been declined, so I had to pick a new one. So guys, I'd love you to meet my Toon, Pumpkin Noodle. Isn't she a beauty? I then took some time off camera to grind, defeat cogs, level up, defeat cogs, level up, as we work towards our next gag track, Toon Up. During that, we also unlocked the ability to do 2 toon tasks at a time, just say that twice as fast, and carry 50 jelly beans and teleport to Toontown Central, which does come in handy. We need to do 16 tasks, which gives us a gag track as a reward, and once we finally get all 16, then we're able to help our fellow toons in battle by using Toon Up to increase their laugh points. This was a mission. I'll say that. There was a lot of back and forth in this. They really made you work for it. Yeah, it took up some time. After that, my next mission was to tackle a cog building. This is different from the field officers we've been seeing, which are completely new to me, but I figured for the regular cog buildings, we need to start easy. And we finally got one, and it did not go well. We made it through the first level, easy peasy, but then the spin doctor, well, it got the better of me and my new friend. We died and had to heal again and get all our gags. They take them all if you fail, so that was interesting. We managed to get some backup and went in with a vengeance. We got through both floors so easy, and it was actually so much fun to play with real people. I feel like this far I've been playing on my own for the most part, so to actually talk and strategize with people. It was a lot more fun and a lot more engaging. So, what are my thoughts overall? Well, I'm glad you asked. Toontown still holds up to this day, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, the act of continuously defeating cogs to complete a toon task over and over does get tedious sometimes. But there's something about it that just makes you want to keep going. I don't know if it's the rewards that are motivating you or if it's just the perfect, easygoing game. I had so much fun playing it, and I have continued to play it even after finishing this video. It's a great game to bring back that nostalgia from my childhood, whilst the addition of all the new tasks and cogs bring excitement back to the game. It really does make you wonder, in a way, if this would have been the same case if Disney never closed the game and it never became a fan project. You know, would the same kind of effort have been put in? I guess we'll never know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you didn't get anything else from this, I hope it at least inspired you to track down some of your old favourite games and remember what it was like when life was much, much simpler. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!